Welcome to the Keys Podcast, formerly known as the Transaction Care Podcast. I'm your host, Lillian Hernandez, also known as Lily. So, thank you for joining me today. I just want to ease back into the whole podcasting process, reintroduce myself as well as the show. If you heard my last episode, you know exactly why I changed the name. But in case you missed it, I'll just do a quick summary. Long story short, the name Transaction Care wasn't really resonating with me and the ideas I have for the show or the direction I want the show to go. And being that I started this off from a TC's perspective, a transaction coordinator's perspective, I always knew that the show was bigger than that. It was deeper than that. It was deeper than just it being a transaction coordinator show. So I didn't have to, first and foremost. I definitely didn't have to change the name, rebranding anything, especially when you're already kind of deep into the platform and deep into building a community. It could be scary. It could be actually very terrifying. Like, are people going to resonate? Is it going to, you know, land or is it going to flop? And these are questions that I had to deal with, but beneath the surface, beneath all the insecurities, the doubts, the questions, was honestly the confidence in knowing that if ever a time, it is now, and I'm just going to do it. Forget the doubts, forget the fears. I'm going to move forward with this and provide you all with the show that I hear and see in my brain. And that's where we landed with the keys. So, yes, I am a transaction coordinator. Yes, I do work in the real estate industry. I started my career in 2004. Today is 2024. So that is 20 years of real estate experience, career experience, job experience. And being self-employed for the last 6+ years, I felt like mashing my two worlds of being a creative as well as the business and the career side, it felt natural. So when I initially launched Transaction Care, the show, I was like, let me just keep everything cohesive under my brand name and see how that goes. And fast forward to now, we are approaching almost 2 years of podcasting. Thank you all for listening each week. And for those that are new here, welcome. For those who have been here, again, much love, much gratitude to each and every one of you. But now that I've renamed the show, I'm rebranding. I no longer want to be the face of the show. I don't mind being the voice, the producer, the host, as I said. But when it came to having my face on the cover, even that didn't resonate with me. That didn't feel right. But I also know that when you are launching a business, it helps when people know your face as well. But as many of you also know, you don't need your face to run a business for it to be successful. I have no idea what the creator or owner of Blue Yeti mics, of Zoom, of Canon. I'm looking at all the products in my office, what they look like. Apple, yes, because we know Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, all of them. But what I'm getting at is I've chosen to remove my face from the cover art. I've chosen to veer away from the Transaction Care brand because I know the conversations that I want to talk about, whether it's community, time management. Yes, we will talk about transaction coordination and real estate, how to run a business, mental health, grief, healing from those things, which are topics I've tapped into over the years. I mean, over the past few episodes, but I never really got to go too deep into it because every time I produced an episode or even had an interview, I felt like it didn't align with the direction it was going because I was interviewing so many transaction coordinators and only real estate professionals. So I realized, well, the keys still is in alignment with the real estate theme. I do still want to talk about transactions. And by the way, for those that want to learn how to TC, go to learn2tc.com to join my Patreon. That is where my exclusive group community exists for those serious about learning to be a transaction coordinator in this season of their life. I provide you guys with exclusive templates, checklists, one-on-one access to me on the coaching side. So check it out if you're interested in it. I try to make it as affordable as possible and just teaching you transaction coordination from my perspective, as well as marketing tips, all of that good stuff. And I also give you guys exclusive content there because my community members in Patreon knew about this first. They actually helped me pick the cover art. So thank you guys for that. But, starting over is fine. And I just want to reassure those that are out there thinking about starting fresh or starting over, because we're always starting from experience. We're never really truly starting over. There's no way we can ever just really start from zero if we've already done something. You know what I mean? And me being a transaction coordinator, a business owner, licensed real estate agent, anti creator, all of those things. Now, moving forward, I feel like I have a better grip and understanding of what it takes to make these things successful, to my definition. Because when it comes to vanity metrics, statistics, analytics, all of those things, they matter. But to me, that's not like the number one reason I want to do this show. It is to make an impact. It is to uplift and encourage those that are either choosing to take a path down into the real estate industry, or maybe switching career paths into becoming self-employed, or maybe you're someone that is in a completely different field of work, or you do work in real estate, but you're just struggling with your mental health, or you just need to have a familiar voice or mentor or friend even that you just have in the background listening to while you work. Because I remember before I quit my job, podcast, YouTube videos, books were so key to my transition into self-employment. Did I know I was even preparing for self-employment? No. But it was having people that were already doing the things that I was doing. I'm sorry, let me repeat that. It was having people in my ears and in my visuals that were already doing the things that I wanted to do, whether it was work from home, be self-employed, run a business, or, even how to quit a job, how to build their confidence. It was people that I admired that I would listen to each and every week. And I would take notes, or people who were more financially in a better financial place. I was binging their information, and just to shout out a few that stood out to me back in the day was for marketing purposes, it was Gary Vee. For financial literacy, it was the Budgetnista. For business and entrepreneurship confidence, it was Myleik Teele. For content creation, production, side hustles, it was the Side Hustle Pro podcast and Pat Flynn. People like that they were my coworkers and my colleagues and my mentors in my head, even though I didn't know them directly. And I think about my show and this show, The Keys, and how I want to be that for someone out there that is either unhappy with where they're at in their careers, or maybe they just lack the courage to take those next steps. If my content, if this show, if someone I interview can be that push towards you living your best life, your definition of success, your desired outcomes, and seeking those out and taking those necessary steps to healing whatever wounds, or at least acknowledging the wounds, then I know I've done my job. And I felt like having a show based on transactions just wasn't landing for me. So I'm grateful to have the keys. I'm grateful to have my community. I'm grateful to have this platform. And I do not take it for granted. I know the power and the responsibility it takes to have a mic in your hand and to be intentional about what I say, who I have on the show, and the messaging that is going to be relayed through audio, visual, wherever you are watching or listening to this. And I do not take that lightly. I know my responsibility as a host, as a producer, and I'm ready. I'm ready to give you guys these keys. I'm ready to allow you all into my journey as well, not just as a business owner, but even as a host, stepping out on faith and really trusting my voice to be a messenger for a bigger purpose. And you guys get to see all of that unfold in real time. And I'm pumped. I really am pumped. So before I kind of wrap up this episode, I just wanted to keep it short and sweet and reintroduce myself, reintroduce the show, and invite you all into the keys. So, to leave you guys with a few actionable steps, I just want to say focus on community. Building community will go so far, whether it's someone you've worked with in the past, people who have the same interests and hobbies or skills as you. Make an effort to meet those people, introduce yourself to those people, network with those people because you will need each other. And I'm a firm believer in community over competition, collaboration over competition. These are the same themes that these are recurring themes throughout the show that I've expressed, whether it was on the podcast or even on my YouTube channel, or even if you know me in real life. I think we can all move further in life when we work together versus alone. And me coming together to talk to you all is my way of learning to ask for help, is my way of being vulnerable and open to having these conversations and to help you all understand the steps that it does require in order to really live in your purpose or seek out the joys of life, the fun of life, and even, whatever it is you visualize and dream for yourself in your career and in your next steps. So, thank you and shout out to my community of listeners, of supporters, of people that comment on my posts, share my posts, email me, DM me, whatever the case may be. I appreciate each and every one of you. The keys is here to stay. We are here to stay. I'm giving you the keys each and every week. Like I say, I'm giving you the keys. There are no gatekeepers here. That still stands. Okay. That still stands. That's not going anywhere. But honestly, I just want to come on here each week and flow with each and every one of you. I don't want to make this too scripted. I want a lot of these conversations to come from the heart, come from experience, and come from a place of joy and fun. And I kind of lost that along the way, but I feel like the keys is different. The keys is different, guys. So if you want to learn more, just head to learntotc.com. And remember, start working on your community. Who are the people in your corner encouraging you, uplifting you, and who are you encouraging and uplifting on your end as well? Those people exist. You just have to go out and find them. Step out on faith, believe in yourself. You got this. We got this. And more to come, more to follow. Next week, we have Danielle Butler on the show. She's back. Yes, she's back. If you remember, I interviewed her for the Transaction Care podcast. She was one of the first people I reached out to. She is known as the best TC ever. And we had a live show on Instagram that we were doing weekly. And I figured who better to have on the show, back on the show to reintroduce the keys than Danielle herself. So go check out Danielle's platform at the best TC ever. And we will be back next week. And in terms of schedules and episodes, I've come to terms with weekly is I don't have the capacity for weekly episodes. So I just want to put that out there. I do have the capacity for 2 episodes a month, 3 if you're lucky. So if there are people you want me to interview on this show, if there are topics you want me to discuss, just email me, tc@transactioncare.com. I'm going to work on producing the best content I can for you all that can help advance you in life in the best way possible, as well as just bring awareness to whatever needs to be discussed. And we will get deep. Some episodes will be more serious than others. Some will be more business, TC, real estate related. And that's okay because we're a dynamic show. And I want to give you the keys to unlock all of those doors to get through and advance again in the best way possible. So, with all of that said, I thank you guys for listening or watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please check out my Patreon TC community. Just go to learntotc.com. Everything will be in the description of this episode. And if you can, please leave a star rating. I'll leave it up to you on how many stars you want to leave. 1 through 5. Any number is okay with me as long as you're leaving something. And if you want to take it a step further, leave a review. What do you think about the show? Is it good? Is it bad? You tell me, and we'll take it from there. And if the review is quality choice, I might just read it on the show. So again, thank you all for tuning in. And if you made it this far in the episode, you are a real one. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for you. And stay tuned for more episodes of The Keys. My name is Lillian Hernandez, also known as Lily, and this is The Keys. Talk soon.